Hi, I am Centimus Prime, and here I will be transforming and then reviewing the Mold King Transformer Christmas train in its robot mode. So first of all, I'll be showing you how to transform the set, starting with the engine. So first what you want to do is you can first flip these panels out. Pretty simple. Untap the wheel wells off of these anti-studs. You can flip those down. You can fold these in half, and what's going to happen here is that these pegs are going to peg into this hole like so. Do that with the other side. Just folds in like that. This front section can fold down, can untap from that red stud, and then just basically fold in neatly into the back. Then what you can do is you rotate this around and then flip these back doors out as far as they will go. Flip this panel back here down. Flip this panel up. Take this part of the roof, flip it over while taking out and revealing the head. Then you can move around the ball joint. You can rotate the ball joint. Then what's going to happen here is you can rotate this down, hinge this forward just enough so that this piece can just rest on this white piece like so. And then there you basically have the torso all done. Boom. Next we'll work on this, on the sleigh and reindeer. Starting off, well, you can like fold in the reindeer in like multiple different ways. It really gets in the way a lot, especially with how much the legs like to pop off on you. So what I like to do is I fold down the antlers, flip this over, turn this reindeer fully around, flip what's going to be the hand down, and then just bend this in a way so that the back legs can rest in here while the front legs can rest in front of this hinge area like so. So that the real legs can basically rest on this smooth hinge area like so. It's not the best option, but it's what I'm going with. So with that you can like rotate and straighten out the hand. You can rotate the arm, the forearm, flip this yellow piece back, flip these wheels around, flip this little piece around. Utilize this ball joint to rotate and then bend it in half like so. And then there, you basically have an arm. Pretty simple, right? Next, we're going to transform this half. And with this part of this piece, it's basically going to be the same. You are going to bend this piece the opposite direction as the last one. But you flip these wheels around, flip this down, use the ball joints to rotate this up and bend it down. And then you take then what you're going to do is you're going to take this tree, gonna flip the stump down, gonna fold the top back, gonna rotate it, gonna flip the hand out, straighten the arm, bend the elbow so that's this side is facing towards you, then rotate the hand and then straighten the hand out. Okay, and then there we have our other arm. This next part is going to be easy. The next part is going to be the coach legs. So we're going to start off with this one. So what we're going to do is going to take this, flip it that way, take this panel, flip it out, take these roof panels, rotate them like so. Then what you do is you take this whole section, flip it down while taking this small piece of the roof, flip it out, turn it around, take the bottom of here, and use these clickety-clackety joints to rotate this down like so. Next, what you do is you're going to take these panels, you're going to basically try to cover up this big gap in the foot, like so. These don't fold in perfect. These don't flip back in place perfectly. But it's fine. Then what you're going to do is you're going to untap this whole section to first of all reveal some almost Candyland-esque details with a little candy path and some little details that's supposed to represent candies. It's kind of neat. Appreciate what you can do. Appreciate what you can fit in this like seemingly insignificant like blank space area. It's kind of fun. But anyways, what you're going to do is you're going to flip this whole section out, click this joint as far forward as you can, flip this panel back down, straighten this out, bend this way, and then basically fold this back in. Yes, you don't see those details in robot mode. You only see those during the transformation. I still really like it. Those details. But anyways, with that done, we now have the gingerbread coach all transformed up in its leg mode. Then finally we can do the same. We could do the similar transformation with this other coach. So you flip this the opposite direction. You fold this down. Okay. You untap this. Reveal some Christmas tree detail. What appears to be a Christmas tree. That's a little neat. You have these hinges, which this hinge was also present on the gingerbread coach. I have no idea why these are here. They don't really do anything. But anyways, you flip this red panel hinge that way. You flip this out, bend it 90, you bend it to the opposite direction. Bend it as far forward as possible, then flip this back in place. And then you fold this back in. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to flip this piece out, going to flip this panel out, and then you're going to rotate this whole foot section, and then finally you're going to flip this panel back down. Okay, good. Now with each separate component all transformed up and ready to go, let's combine. So we're going to take the legs, going to grab the torso, we're going to pop the legs into the torso, I flip that down, do the same with the other leg. Utilize some of them clickety-clackety joints. And then what's going to happen is on these sections you're going to see like a green bar piece right there. Hopefully without popping the ladder off. But yeah, you basically see like this green hinge piece. That's going to clip into these white clips. So like so. Pretty simple. And then we do it with the other arm. See the green clips again. Green hinge onto the white clips. And then with that done, here we have the Transformer Christmas train all transformed up and combined. And man, does this transforming robots train have a presence. Like it looks pretty darn good. Here's how it looks from the side. Here's how it looks from the back. Yes, the back. The part that Mould King really liked advertising in the product shots is the back. Yes, the back looks good. Appreciates how the back looks. Here's how it looks from that side. Taking a closer look at some of the details. Here we can get a close-up of his head. His head looks pretty good. I do like this build. Here's at the back of the head. Very nice. I do like how the rolling stock is basically like folds in half, and then half of it would like become part of the torso, and then the other parts will become the shoulders. Really nice. Christmas tree arm. Looks really good. Really liking. I do really like how the load for these rolling stock components also becomes part of the robot. That's pretty interesting. Here's the sleigh and reindeer side, with the reindeer tucked up in the back. We do have a lot of that detail. I'll talk about that later. But yes, you do see a lot of nice little details that you saw from the individual modes. Just absolutely just absolutely making this robot mode look really cool. And with this robot all transformed up, you do get a lot more of this beige color exposed. I do like when you transform something and then a little bit more color just pops out of nowhere. Yeah, let's do that. Now, each limb looking dramatically different. That's all fine and dandy with me. Oh my gosh, I think I just connected something. I did. Goody goody for me. Let's just hope. Yeah, that impact really done a number. Okay. You're supposed to go in there. Okay. Let's hope you don't fall apart even further. Now, anyways. Okay. As I was saying, you do have these coaches forming like the ginormous boots, and I do appreciate the additional like heel spurs, but to be honest, does it really need them? Probably. But we'll talk about that later. Heel spurs, they're fine. Come on. Tab. Okay. Oh, my goodness. Anyways, it does look really good. I do really like how this looks. It looks pretty darn cool. You do have these like skirt things, like skirt pieces, which was a pretty cool addition. That wasn't there in the original prototype design. These weren't. Let me see. Look. Oh yeah, it looks pretty good. Oh yeah, articulation. The head is on a ball joint, a pretty expressive one. You get a good amount of wiggle, like tilt room. Can look up a crazy amount. Can appreciate that. Can look down a crazy amount as well. Really nice. Can rotate and all that. The head is very articulated. The shoulders on the ball joint, you can bend them up that far. You can rotate it 360. Come on. You can even do a little bit of, and if you move it up, rotate up a bit, you can even have some butterfly movement. Hopefully without removing these ladder pieces in the process. Now this piece here, this connection piece here is also on a hinge, but it can also go out, but I honestly don't understand why. It honestly just would make more sense to tap this in somehow, but oh well. The bicep. Now the thing doesn't have a bicep rotation doesn't really have a bicep rotation, but does have a bicep hinge. That's a thing. It can be it can be pretty wobbly, but still there. The elbow is a ball joint. There's a lot you can do with a ball joint on the elbow. Really nice. The wrist is on a hinge and a ball joint. There's a lot you can do with that. Each finger is individually articulated, and so is the thumb. Pretty neat. The sleigh arm, because yes, it's different, where it does have a ball joint at the elbow, and it also has a hinge up here. I do find this arm to be a little bit harder to handle, mostly because of that. Mostly because of this. The reindeer arms just love to pop off every chance they get. Which can be annoying sometimes, by the way. Oh, what the heck, you can stay off if you want. Anyways, you can hinge this around. There's ball joint here. And yes, the hand here is basically the same articulation as the hand on the other side. It's pretty much this. It's very similar. All the articulation is there. Individually articulate thumbs and fingers. Pretty neat. You do also get a good rotation at the waist. That's nice. Very nice indeed. The hip skirts, not only are they can hinge up and down a little bit. So the skirts can hinge up and down a little bit, and these black panels can also hinge up and down. So that's a thing. Let's get these out of the way so we can talk about the leg articulation. Now, the legs are on these weird little Galador joints. So they can go, they do have a nice click ratchet to them. They can go up that far. They can go back about that far. And yes, they can even go out to the side. Again, this is a Lego adjacent set, so yes, stuff loves to pop off. Knees, yes. The knees can bend forward that far. Can bend less on the red leg. And both legs can bend about that far, not quite 90 degrees, unfortunately. But still a pretty decent bend. Unfortunately, these Galador joints aren't really enough for these big, chunky legs. But yes, you do get bend at the knees. and then the feet. Obviously, we have these like heel spur things that I've already mentioned, and these like toes can go down. If you flip this down, the toes can go down, and if you flip this up, the toes can go up. For this one, they can go up and down. You don't get any ankle tilts with this, but you don't get any ankle tilts. That's alright, I guess. You do have this weird thing where the legs will bend not at the knees, but at the hinge joint that the knee that's under the knees, like that hinge joint that you would use to flip the thighs out, because those are like basically, I mean, don't hold very well under all this weight. It basically just makes this thing very top heavy. That combined with the fact that these outer joints themselves, if not totally balanced correctly, you can just do what you basically just saw there. That combined with the fact that there's just light slope pieces that really like to pop off now and again, which just makes balancing this guy that much more challenging. So yeah, balancing this guy can be quite the hassle. Can be a little bit of a chore. You can still put this guy into many good poses. That is, if you're aware of how you articulate this piece. It may seem like he has ab crunch, but that's because it just like bending in half, like breaking in half. Come on, let's put you together. Can't you not stand up straight? My goodness. Stand up straight. Please, sir. Please, sir, stand up straight. That'll work. That'll work. 4 size comparisons. Here it is, next to a minifigure. And here he is next to the minifigure up here. Pretty cool. Like this dude is pretty massive. Here he is next to this Lego Creator Super Robot. Only goes up like halfway to, only goes up like about almost to his hips. Here he is next to my custom OC. And finally, here he is next to a similarly priced toy, the Armada. Megatron, the Legacy Evolution Armada Megatron, which head-wise goes up to about his red belt buckle, and shoulder-wise can go up to like about up to his biceps. So there's that. And so final thoughts on this big dude. I really do like the design. It looks really good. I do have some structural issues with it. Like it does love to as you saw, it does love to collapse under its own weight. But that's normal for big Lego articulated pieces like this. I do think that this arm is a bit annoying to articulate because of how many random hinges there are. But overall, I do think this dude is really, really awesome. And it's really awesome, and a nice piece of joy. And with that, that'll be it for this video. If you enjoyed the video, consider to like and subscribe, and maybe even comment if you want. And of course, I will be posting again sooner or later.